Let's do this. This was a huge thing, and even though I was sick, because I was only able to do the deal after it was like the last day at night, actually. Um, I had so many questions, and some people actually thought they could take the whole thing. So they got a big card and they put all of the Dove and degree inside the card. Guys, no, that's wrong. You're only allowed to take one item for UPC, one item. And then when you don't know these things and you go to the cashiers and then you start making a scene because they're not, you're not getting your way. And then you're wrong. That's the worst thing. This is what you need to know your things. You cannot just go and fight and you're wrong, right? Because then you're also losing your credibility. And sometimes they do remember you. Like in my store, they know me. So I always make sure, at least on my area, my store, that I'm doing everything correct. So again, people saw this on the flyer. So let's see one of the problems that happened. So one of the main things that the staff kept saying is that this is not our flyer. It doesn't belong to our store. Guys, it's really easy. Some cashiers don't even like flip. So all you need to do, go to the Walmart website, put your postal code, and you could even ask them, is this your store? Is this your address? Under the flyers, and they will say yes or no. You press on there and you show them and you look for it. It does take a little bit longer, but you look for it and it will show you the flyer of the store, right? So that's you were proving, yes, it is here. Another issue that happens is you come here, the mistake is still there, right? Still on the flyer. It hasn't been corrected because, as you could see, you look everywhere and you don't see a correction notice. So when you go to the cashier, you will ask them, like if they're giving you issues, right? Some of them will just do it, and some of them will say like, no. We're it's a mistake, and you could nicely say, I'm sorry, I know it's a mistake, but I didn't saw a correction notice anywhere. Sometimes they will say, oh, I come with me, I'm gonna show you, and they come. Of course, they don't find it. Other times it hasn't happened to me, but there's been situations where cashiers go into the office, print it out, and then bring it to you. So don't let them do that. You literally walk with them and say, come and show me where it is in the store. Make sure you always take pictures. Pictures are so important because you could show the date, you could show the time that you took the pictures, and if they change everything, you could prove that at the moment when you were there, it wasn't there. This is another big example. So let's say you go and you take it, and you're okay. I saw this one. Well, first of all, what you guys notice here, there's two different things, oh, actually three. So 1, 2, 3. I haven't checked the UPCs, but I'm assuming they're different. But there's only one sign. What do you take? One thing. But let's say you take it, and then when you scan it, it will be $16.98. And then they're like, okay, we do the scanning code of practice, but we are going to take $10 off because it's higher than $10. Guys, it doesn't work that way. It's always the lowest price tag. So in this case, it will be free because it's under $10. If it's $9.99, I know it's 1 cent. Even if it's $10, actually, if it's a 10 right here, it's still free. Clearance. Let's see, for example, the headphones. The headphones do not have a price tag. So the scanning code of practice wouldn't apply if it scans higher because you don't know the price. But for example, let's say the Crest. Actually, the crest doesn't have a price tag. I'm guessing it's 94 cents, but that is not a good example. Let's say this one. So the Aveeno is 11.48. You check, it doesn't have a price on it. You check the barcode, and it matches. You go to the cashier, and it scans. Well, you actually have to scan it, right? You scan it, and if it comes higher than 11.48, the scanning code of practice applies. Actually, even on things that have 30% off, but that's only, again, if it has I don't know which one it is, but if it has the price tag, like the price tag, like say it says $5.94 and it's got $7.94, you still are able to do the scanning code of practice. As I was told, I may be wrong, but that's what they told me. So in this case, you will pay $1.48. Something that Walmart does often is that they will put the price on the item on clearance. So if that happens and you go and scan it and it goes higher, the scanning code of practice doesn't apply. They will just have to honor the price on the item. It's another example, and I'm so sorry because I looked around and I couldn't find anything, but for my example, like to show you, but it has happened to me many times. You have three things that they look different, right? Because it's not the same item, but it's like the same type, but they're different colors, and then you're like, okay, they must be different, right? And then when you look at the OPCs, they all match. Actually, it would have been amazing if I was able to go to Walmart, because the coloring books actually have some of them that had the same OPC, even though it was a different picture on the front. So what does it mean? That even though you will find two that looks different, probably you only are able to, well, not probably, you will be only able to take one if you do it correctly, just one, because it has the same OPC. Just in case, you are able to do the scanning code of practice at the regular cashiers, customer service, or the self-checkout. Just remember to be nice with your cashiers, because some of them, especially in Walmart, they are trained to give you a no. Not even, first of all, not even tell you about it. If you don't tell them, I'm telling you, only probably 10% will let you know, but a good 90% will not tell you. And then they are trained to actually not do it. Like, they will tell you all kind of stuff before they have to give up and say, like, okay, yeah, this person knows what she's talking about, so I have to do it. So just be patient with them, just be better respectful. They're still people, and they're just doing their job, right? Like, I know one of the cashiers for me said that she will have to go and speak with the store manager, because she did it 3 times for me in the last month, and it was over $100. So she was gonna get in trouble. Like, so she just had to get permission first, and then she was able to do it, which she did it in the end. So I just, again, just be very nice with them. I know some of them are mean, and when they're mean, then you just need to have comebacks for them. Or sometimes I just stay quiet, just let them be, depending on who it is. This is a tip. How do I know when something is wrong? For example, have you see they already removed it, right? But for example, you see 627, and let's say this one was 427, and then this is 627. So that's how I know. I'm like, oh, hold on, like, why is this one cheaper? Same thing here. Sometimes it doesn't work like that, but I will say 80% of the time. Look at this example. This is says 287, and you'll see it has the example. I seen people, for example, it has a price here, and it has a little bit of rip. And I see some people trying to put it together and like push it in the back so you could actually see the price. Sometimes if they see it on the video, they will say that you tamper with the price because maybe it was pulled and it was missing a little bit. So just be careful with doing things like that. Some of them are 177, which is not even there. So sometimes I just will be careful with things like that because they may say no. So you may say, oh, somebody just put it there. But then what happened? You do see a barcode in the back which you can compare, and if it matches and is higher, then you're able to use the scanning code of practice. Because if you notice, there's like one price here and one price there, right? So which one it is? For example, I found this one, and this one matched this barcode. And when I found it, which I'm gonna put it exactly the same way that I found it, it was right here, like that. Usually it's in rollbacks, like that one, or like the one I show you. There's different types, but usually rollbacks have lots of mistakes. This is October 15th, and today is October 20th. If this was going to scan wrong, then it wouldn't apply because it has an expiry date. Here's another example. For example, let's say you found this one. The expiry date is good. It has a rollback. You check the OPC is correct, and you have a coupon for $2. Well, if you use the scanning code of practice, I would say, I don't know. In my experience, 99% of the cashiers will tell you they cannot use the coupon and give you a free item. So usually what I do sometimes is that I pay for the item, or pay for almost myself, pay for the item, and then I go to customer service, so I don't even have to deal with that. I'm gonna give you another example, and it's scanning wrong, and you have a coupon as well. So in this case is $10 off, so it will be $17.88, and you're able to use your coupon as well. Again, if you feel they're giving you too much problem, usually you already know your store. I will just pay first and then just do it through customer service. Back to the books, the coloring books, because sometimes what happens is that they will put the UPC here in the sides or in the back. Like if you move the books, sometimes it's right there. So then, even though if it has one side, but you'll see that it has the OPCs around, you're able to take more than one. Here you'll see the same thing, different OPCs. So make sure you are matching them.